Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Hieronymus raid guide video. Today we're going to be talking about the Torment raid guides and how you want to tackle this particular difficulty. And I'm going to be honest, it's something that is going to take a little bit of trial and error, even for me. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am unable to beat this using one team. Actually, during mock battle, I was able to beat it with one team one time. And then afterwards, I couldn't do it anymore. I don't know why. It's something that's like very RNG dependent. Alright, so why is it RNG dependent? Let's talk about a little bit about this. And this, you might encounter these issues as well. Alright, so this is going to be something that you guys have to like experiment with it a little bit. So here are the teams that you're going to need for Torment difficulty boss for Hieronymus. So you're going to need a dress HINA, obviously. She's just built for this raid. As you can see, her terrain buff is going to be insane. Now, Kokona is going to be very, very good. At first, I was wondering why do you need Kokona specifically. I was trying with, what's the name? I was testing out with Koharu and stuff. So the reason why Kokona is very, very strong is because you can see this particular ability. She's a 2-cost single target healer. Now, she will be able to constantly heal the user. She also has this thing called the Stem of Praise. Alright, now this is very, very important, right? As you can see right here, on the basic skill, if you're able to crit 100 times, alright, any ally was able to hit 100 times, you're gonna be able to add one more Stem of Praise, and you need 5 of these to be able to basically reduce all the EX skill costs by 1. And this is something that you're gonna see me do later on. Very, very important, right? You're trying to accumulate this. Now, ally crits 100 times, that means your character will need to hit a lot of times. Now, who is going to be one of the better characters to do that? Nagisa. Now, Nagisa is really, really good because that's why she's here. So, she is going to be able to perfectly fit this role for you. Now, is Nagisa a must-have? I would say pretty much. Alright, so I've tried to do it without her. Maybe it's possible to do it without her, but so far, it's been a struggle, right? I've been trying to experiment a little bit. So you can see, number 1, the terrain advantage is to her benefit. Number 2, you can see she also has the ability to decrease defense of the enemy by 40%. That's a lot of decrease. Number 3, she can also increase the crit damage of all explosive type allies by 24%. So she is just very, very useful. And she also has this particular skill that rains down on the enemies, and you can also aim certain objects in the field to benefit from this, to be able to give your Kokona more Stems of Praise. That's what makes this really, really cool, right? Because you're using Nagisa, you are putting Himari, so Himari buff attack. So now you don't have a crit rate, crit damage buffer. You cannot use Akko, but you have to use Dress Akko in this case. So Dress Akko is going to be the recommended character. Now if you pull for her, then this is going to be something that's an easy breeze. Now if you don't, I feel like this could be a little bit tougher, right? It's definitely going to be harder. You can probably get away with not using Dress Akko and using someone else, but because Dress HINA herself can also crit. So you can see right here, she also have this ability right here that can increase her crit by a certain percentage, right? So she can definitely do that per se, but as you can see, I'm only using one Dress HINA, which I have to borrow from my friend. I'm not using my own Dress HINA. I'm going to show you guys my team 1 first, explain to you guys how this goes. Hopefully you guys get an idea. And then with team 2, this is going to be the one that I'm pretty much having, right? So let's go with team 1 first. Also, you want the starting skill to be Swinsu Hoshino, Kokona, and then Dress Akko in this case. Okay, so here we go. So as you can see, we're going to start off with Kokona first, using this on the Green Lantern. So every time you heal a Green Lantern, you're going to apply incoming damage increase to the boss. And then Swinsu Hoshino afterwards. So now we are set off with our setup. Now you have to wait a little bit. Wait until like about 10 calls, 9 to 10 calls, and then we're going to use Dress Akko to buff everyone. Alright, the important one is Dress HINA needs to be in the range, obviously. So now wait for a little bit. Wait for Nagisa. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to aim all the furniture or those tables and then use Kokona on the Green Lantern. So this is going to be very, very important, and you want to keep doing this. And then now Himari and then Dress HINA, you know, spam the 3 shots, right? So usually at this point, depending on who is being applied for the debuff, the counter 3, 2, 1, that one, you want to heal to Kokona. But if it's Kokona herself, you can't do anything, just heal someone else so that you sometimes get the Stem of Praise, right? Okay, so now Dress Akko again, and then go with, again, Nagisa. Always aim all of those furnitures alongside, because now wait for a little bit. Okay, can you see everybody's cost decreased by 1? So Dress HINA, and then we're going to go Himari, and then Kokona heal the Lantern. So triple debuff going in now, so double shot. Get the boss to groggy, and doesn't matter You don't really need to spam this one, alright? You can wait for the boss to recover to build up the groggy for the next part. I noticed that's better, ideally, rather than doing a little bit more damage early on. Again, every time you got... The rotation is very straightforward. Alright, just Nagisa spam, hit all the furniture, swim to Oshino if there's no more buff, and then Kokona can also try to heal her from time to time. Alright, don't have to worry too much about the other ones. Okay, so we're gonna try to fire up the next shot right here. Boom. I'm turning off my face cam so you guys can see the timer. That's going to be the most important thing, ideally moving forward. Okay, so again, rotation, Dress Akko, Nagisa, Kokona. Alright, always do it in... It doesn't matter which order, but ideally that's the play there. And then Dress Hina, Himari. And then fire 3 shots. So now, at this point, I think we're doing really well, alright? So you can see right here, boom, we have 1 minute, 11 seconds. Okay, and ideally for phase 2, you want to like, make sure you have about 1 minute left in phase 2, right? So this is going to be enough. So again, you know, constantly buff Dress Akko. So you can see the lantern debuffs are gone. I believe it's 5 times, or is it 6 times? Okay, so at this point, phase 2 you can only have 2 more rocks at the left. So just constantly aim for that. Dress Akko dies right here. And this is one of the run that's not super perfect. I could have probably one-teamed this. But it's very annoying my Dress Akko is 4-star. I don't really want to 5-star her, right? Even though I have the resources. Not sure if that's the reason why. But definitely, you know, she was being targeted there and I don't have any like heal going on for her. But right now you can see we got 20 seconds left. We can fire 1 more shot. So I'm out of the crit rate and crit damage, but can still try to go with the attack buff. Yeah, not as much damage as I could have. I don't know if my Dress Akko buff there, this shot would have been enough to reduce the boss. Maybe not, right? Maybe like to a times 10 or something. But as you can see, it is as follows. Alright, so was able to do some decent damage. Obviously, Dress Hina did a bunch of damage. That's not my own Dress Hina. I borrowed that from someone else. So that's something that you can hopefully try to get an idea or replicate a little bit from. Now, let's talk about Team 2. Why do we have these characters right here? So Atsuko is straightforward. She's there as a healer and also like a tank, right? So you want ideally Koharu heal might not be enough. So Koharu and Atsuko seems to be the perfect character, right? Keep in mind that this particular boss for Insane and I mean Torment difficulty, the boss attack type is going to be a raid. So your character defense type cannot be a raid. Alright, if your character defense type is raid, especially for your defender, they die super fast. Which is why we have all of these characters right here. So Azusa is going to be the only character right here with a very good terrain buff, and she's also the perfect candidate to tackle this particular Hieronymus, right? So just a perfect character overall. Now, ideally, 2-team Azusa is going to make just the perfect sense right here. Now, as for Sumair, she's just there. She's literally just there. Now, I decided to put her in because I saw her terrain is pretty good, and I'm going to assume that when I make this guy, some of you guys, I want you guys to be able to follow this guy, right? And Sumair is going to be the free-to-play character that you can basically purchase from one of the coin shop. I forgot where is it, like one of the shops, right? She's pretty much free. Actually, all of these characters are easily accessible, right? Sumair, Azusa, and Koharu. Now, the only one that might be harder to obtain is Asuko. But I assume most players have her because she's pretty much meta. And then I have Akko right here. And then the last character I have is New Year Haruka. Now, if you don't have New Year Haruka, easily you can replace this with Swimsuit Shiroko, which I do not have. The reason why I have New Year Haruka is mostly just for this particular one. Alright, just to increase ally cost recovery. As you can see, I don't really have anyone else that can give me that particular skill. Not that I know of, right? The only person that has that is Himari. And I know Cherino. Oh, you can't use Cherino. I tried using Cherino. Again, the issue is going to lie in the defense rate type, right? A lot of these characters, you can't even use Akane as well because defense is rate type and the boss attack is rate. So they die very fast, alright? You're gonna have difficulty to let them survive. Even Shiroko can't be used. Surprisingly, a lot of characters cannot be used. This one can't be used. Kind of interesting. Even Ui won't be able to survive. Ui is super squishy. Don't even try to bring her. Not in Torment, right? Maybe Insane or Extreme, sure, but not in Torment. I think she get one shot. And mine is like, even my Ui is like 4-star, right? So I don't even want to think about it. So this is going to be the Team 2. Let's go. Now, if you have Swimsuit Shiroko, you can consider using her in place of my New Year Haruka right here. I don't have Swimsuit Shiroko, believe it or not. I've been trying to, try my best to get her more and more. So what you can do right here is, of course, you want to aim this area with Koharu. Do a little bit of damage, right? And then, it's going to be a little bit annoying, but you just gotta destroy this lantern as soon as you can, man. Right? As soon as you can. As soon as you have the chance. I'm gonna do this. Gonna try to hit the boss. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. It's actually really hard. Let me use Asuko's skill. Asuko is gonna be able to AoE heal. So notice I'm bringing like 2 healers, right? So again, this... You can either use this at the boss as well. This one can decrease the crit resistance of the boss. Azusa is a very good free character, right? To be able to help you out with, The problem with the lantern is you have to sort of rebuild the lantern, right? It is going to be a bit annoying. And rebuilding the lantern is probably going to be, but you have to rebuild the debuffs of the lantern, right? So that's going to be pretty much the annoying part of this sequence, right? So let me do that. Okay, we're gonna reduce the cost a little bit. So this one is gonna, once the boss fills the yellow bar, this is going to happen. Everybody is gonna be at the verge of dying. So just make sure you got 2 healers for that, which is why there's that, right? That's why we bring 2 healers for. So it's still all about, ooh, that is going to be scary. It's still up to Azusa to try to do as much damage as we can. Hopefully, okay, we didn't die right there. Asuko is going to continue to heal. Asuko plus Koharu. Keep in mind my Koharu is my Asuko is 4-star right here. She's not even high star, right? She's a 4-star. So yeah, she's helping me a ton. So I'm gonna try to decrease the boss crit damage resistance right there. And then I think the next attack could be enough. I could be wrong. Yep, so Azusa pretty much carries this. Now obviously, like I said, this is going to be something that you have to like figure out for your own team, right? Because like, especially when you use second team, I don't know which characters you guys have built, and this is going to be the tricky part, right? Figuring out the second team. So I'm just showing you guys an example. Azusa is pretty much, she's a character that a lot of players have access to. I wouldn't say she's free, but she's essentially free, right? Same goes with Sumae. That's why I bring both of them, right? And I hope like, every time I try to use like a different character, players are going to say, oh, this is going to be a little bit harder for me to try to, replicate. But I do think that this particular one, in this particular instance, it is going to be much easier for you to replicate. Hopefully you guys have those characters. So yeah, 2-team Torment. I hope you guys can do this. It is a little bit tough, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely one of the harder bosses out there if you're trying to tackle, but let's be honest, this is Torment difficulty. The highest difficulty available. Again, there's plenty of strategies out there that can utilize one team. I've been trying to do that, and I'm finding difficulty to do that consistently. So far, I've only managed to do one time, and I'm not too sure why is that. It's probably because my New Year Akko, or what did I say, New Year Akko? My Dress Akko is not high star enough, which causes her to die multiple times in my testing, right? And it's going to be something that I need to like practice more to be able to get the feel of it, right? To be able to notice what's wrong and how do I modify and change certain things. But with that being said, I hope this is something that you guys are able to somewhat tackle. Trying out this particular Torment boss has been quite fun for me, and I hope you guys try and have fun as well. It can be a little bit tormenting, but that's what it is, right? That's just how it is. Alright, so with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.